Hey, welcome back, guys. My name's Connor,
I'm Taylor.
and this is the Squeaky Door. Today, we're going to be taking a look at the Insidious, the Red Door.
The further you travel, the riskier your journey will become.
All right, so we're going to be looking at Insidious, the Red Door, which is number 5 in the, I don't know what you call it, I guess, franchise of Insidious. This came out in theaters on July 7th. I just watched it earlier today, and we're going to talk about it.
Yeah. So, this is going to be a spoiler-filled review right off the bat. We're just going to review the whole
Yes.
movie. So, if you
Try to
haven't seen
keep it
it,
nice and sweet.
yeah, if you haven't seen it and you want to go see it, then I would go see it before watching this movie and then come back later.
This video.
Yeah, I'm sorry, this video. But Taylor, what's your recommendation? Is this worth a watch? Worth the money or no? Right off the bat.
So I do want to say I'm not a big Insidious fan in general.
No, me neither.
I always kind of thought they're okay, they're not like horrible or anything. It's definitely not my favorite of a horror movie
Yeah.
franchise, and in a way, I guess it's like kind of a good thing. This is the fifth installment, right?
Yeah.
For me, it's just on par with everything else. It's
Yeah.
not horrible. It's not great. It's got moments that are nice, and then it's got a lot of little things that I'm not a big fan of, just with typical horror movies in general.
Yeah, of course.
It relies on a lot of like tropes and jump
Yeah.
scares and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So, but if you do enjoy that, this has plenty of that, but it's always had that.
Yeah.
So I personally do not recommend watching this in the theater. I just feel like it's not quite worth it. But
Yeah.
I mean, if you're just a big horror movie fan and you watch all things that come out, then sure.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I would just wait for this to come on streaming, at least for myself. What
Yeah.
about you?
Yeah, so I'm gonna agree with you on that. I don't even know if I would say watch it on streaming. I mean, there's way better horror series out there. Even The Conjuring is kind of better than this, and
Yeah, I like The Conjuring a lot better than
yes,
Insidious,
and
but
I watched all of them recently before going to see this movie to like kind of because I forgot like what
oh,
the
like
fuck happened.
the other four
Yeah, I
Insidious
watched
movies.
the earlier four, and I guess at the time that they came out, the reason why the first Insidious like blew up so big was probably just because it was like, so uh, crazy that an indie movie could be, as spooky and interesting as it was. But looking back
Yeah,
on it, I don't think it particularly aged very well because after rewatching it again, I was like, oh man, this movie is like extremely mediocre. Like
yeah, I kind of feel
through
the
the
same
years,
too. Just,
yeah,
I mean, there are certain things I do really enjoy from
yeah,
the older ones that, and some of it does make a return here. Like certain demons and stuff, which
yeah,
I like, and that involves
yeah.
a certain song, which I do like, but
I don't know.
it's
That's just not enough to hold up the whole
right. It's
like
not that
franchise.
strong. Yeah,
Yeah, it's not that strong, and it's just for me. I would say it's like this movie is very middle of the road. It's extremely mediocre. It's very right there in the middle. And so is a lot of the rest of the movies. Very right in the middle,
yeah,
except for maybe three. I really didn't like the third movie. It was like, what the fuck am I even? What is this even? Like
yeah.
three and two are probably like the weakest ones, I think, in the series. So, but anyway, yeah. So I don't think I would. If you have other better movies that like horror franchises or horror movies that you haven't seen yet, like The Conjuring or even like I'd say The Boogeyman. Uh, I liked The Boogeyman a lot more than this
Yeah,
movie.
I don't think it's out yet
No,
on services, but if it is, I would
yeah,
agree.
yeah. It
And
just
I do
you
want to
know,
just keep in mind too, like this is another PG-13 one,
yeah,
and for PG-13, I would like absolutely recommend that over this.
yeah, yeah, for sure. So yeah, I would just say, if you've seen every horror movie out there and you've got nothing else to see, I guess, yeah, you could, watch it on streaming services, but it's really not gonna like change your life if you don't watch it
No,
or you
yeah,
do what. If you do or don't, it doesn't really. It's not gonna make a difference. So
yeah. It's just if you got nothing else, like
yeah,
it's it's fine.
yeah, it's like we said, it's very very just average. But yeah, so going into this movie, I kind of knew, like I kind of expected it not to be like amazing, just because after watching the other ones recently, I was like, oh man, I don't think they're gonna change it up very much. You know what I
Probably
mean?
not. Yeah, probably not.
so
I mean,
so
like it's not a bad thing. It's just
no, it's not. It's
you
not.
generally want more, you know.
Yeah, they're not bad. They're not bad movies. They're not
Yeah, they're
like,
not.
oh, these movies are
It's
fucking
just
awful. It's just like they're so like all of them are very
they're
very
so
average. They're
standard.
all
Yeah,
they're all mediocre. Especially the older ones have not aged particularly well with the amount of horror movies that have come out since then, and it's really like a lot of them are very repetitive. They have a lot of repetitive like themes or scares that they do in each movie.
yeah.
A lot of jump scares, a lot of violins going, and a lot of like creaking doors.
Dark spots.
Yeah, dark spots. You have Darth Maul's uncle,
Yep, I
who's
like him though.
yeah, I don't know. After this movie, I remember when I first saw the first Insidious movie, I was like, "Oh fuck, that was so scary." But like after this movie, I kind of was just like, "Ah, man, like he has a cool design. The character of the Darth Maul demon is
Demon thing.
designed well,
Yeah, he
but
looks cool.
he looks cool. But that's about it. He really doesn't do anything. He just kind of stands there and goes, and like
He's basically. I mean, honestly, I just treat him as like a mascot, so I don't care. But
yeah,
yeah, he
but yeah,
doesn't really do anything. Like he'll. I mean,
as an
he'll have like
antagonist,
funny grabs and stuff like that.
yeah, but as an antagonist, he does nothing to like really hurt anybody or like he he hasn't killed anybody.
No, he's just
So
acts weird.
yeah, he just
Has
he just
creepy
stands there
music.
and goes,
He like eats his own flesh.
yeah, and he eats himself. He just hurts himself. Really, I was like, I don't. All right, like the second movie, there's like a fucking bride ghost dude lady who actually kills the witch or the ghost hunter lady. What's her name?
Lorraine,
No,
Elise.
Elise. Yeah, it's Elise. Who actually kills Elise? But like, the Darth Maul dude has not killed a single person this entire
No,
series.
yeah.
So I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. For me, it was just really mediocre. It was okay. It wasn't terrible, but I was like, it wasn't scary. I didn't get scared.
No, I mean I've never really been scared by Insidious stuff, but
Yeah.
um,
Yeah,
yeah,
so since the first one, which I watched when it first came out, was like a long time ago. I was a lot younger. Um, since then, they've been more like melodramas, I think, than actual horror movies. A lot of it is like
yeah. There's a lot of
very
family
melodramatic. Yeah, like
things.
you know, the power of love and people coming back as like angels and shit. And this other, I don't know. It's very confusing. It's like whole other world thing. after watching it, I'm like, man, it kind of doesn't make sense how like people just kind of like pop up and then they're like and then they never come back. They're like, oh, like Elise dies, and then she becomes an angel in like the further, and
Yeah.
she helps out that one time, and then she doesn't come back until the end of the fifth, until this movie at the end where she's like,
She,
"Good job, you did it."
yeah,
It's
yeah,
like,
she
where
doesn't
were
do
you the
anything.
entire time? Yeah, you could
Yeah.
like pop back up in the thing and be like, "Hey, I'm back." Boom, bye, demon, or whatever. I don't know. Like,
Something.
yeah, I don't know. It
I
just,
do like the idea that they have for the further. I think is really cool.
yeah, it's very
The
Stranger
name,
Things. It's very
it
like
is.
upside down.
The name is pretty bad.
Yeah,
Like the further. Yeah. I don't know when
yeah,
I say that. I'm just like the fewer. Like,
yeah,
but the style of it, and everything is cool. Like
yeah.
the filter
They,
and stuff they
yeah,
use. Looks really cool. I
yeah.
like
They
that
have
whole
a lot of good
idea.
ideas. Yeah,
Um,
I just don't know if they
the
execute it. I don't know if they execute it the best. You know what I mean? Like I don't know if they push it to
just
its full potential. You
yeah,
know?
I wouldn't say it's not really so much execution as they just don't utilize it enough. You
Right.
know,
Yeah.
because I like seeing it. It's just you only really get like bare minimum of it. You know.
Like yeah, you get like a taste of the atmosphere. You're like, ooh, and then it's like, but that's it. That's all you get.
Yeah,
It's like,
that's all we can afford.
yeah, and I mean, it's not like they can't afford it though. It's kind of fucking insane how crazy crazy profitable this entire series has been. I think total. Let me pull up the numbers here, but it has cost less money to make the entire franchise than what they've earned from the entire franchise.
Well, that's not surprising because the budgets for these are actually really low.
Yeah, they make them for like dirt cheap, and they make like $100 billion on them.
Right. So as far as that goes, it's genius.
Yeah, but I don't
Like-
understand how they're making it. It's not like these are like, mind breaking horror movies.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Maybe I don't know. Maybe it's just they know how to. They know their audience, they know the market, and then they're just they got
Yeah,
it
I
dialed
mean
in.
they're really good at it. I gotta give them that. They really, really, yeah. So all five films have grossed currently over 556 million worldwide on a combined budget of 42.5 million.
So yeah,
So they're
that's really good
they're making bank, dude. They're they're killing it.
for barely anything.
Yeah. So I mean, good on them, I guess. And hats off to them for not like, I don't know, making it just like another like dead franchise where it's just the shittiest garbage.
Yeah,
Like at least they're not making it terrible like The Nun or
yeah.
like
I mean, I never watched that, and I like the character. I just didn't think it was good enough for its own movie, but it's getting a sequel
No.
soon. So
Yeah, and I don't know how it's getting a sequel. Well, we should.
didn't that flop? Like, the
Yeah,
first
we're
time?
gonna do a review on the original Nun because it's bad. It's real bad.
Yeah,
but
I don't know. They think they
yeah.
they still got something.
But they, Blumhouse can just make like the same. I don't know. I don't get it. They could just make the same movie like 5 times and get away with it and like make a whole bunch of money. Like they made. I don't even know how many Purge movies. They made like
Oh,
17 million Purge
yeah,
movies.
that was man. That was Purge, man. It's such a genius idea for a franchise, but
I know.
they screwed that up so bad.
Yeah. So yeah, Insidious, another installment, The Red Door. Let's talk about the characters. Who's your favorite character in this movie?
My favorite, which I feel like it's not really fair, is always going to be Patrick Wilson, the actor.
Yeah.
I just love him as an actor. So
Yeah.
and pretty much, I don't think he's ever been in something I didn't like him in. So
No.
this is no different. Even though it's not like a standout movie, he knows how to play this type of character, of course, because he plays it in multiple things.
Yep.
But it just works,
Yeah. So
And then
His
as far
character is
other
definitely the
than
best character in the
than
movie.
him, I will say the son was a lot, well, it was better than I was expecting. At
Yeah,
least.
I have to agree. The beginning of this movie was kind of going up for me, like a little bit above mediocre, because I was like, oh, okay, I'm kind of intrigued about the relationship between the father and son, and
Yeah,
like
it was a
what they're
big
both
big
going
thing in this
through.
movie, which I did like.
Yeah, and they did a good job of, like, they started out strong with that relationship, and kind of what, how their lives have gone through the whole series, how that has affected them in the
Yeah.
future. Um, but I do feel like by the end of the movie, I was kind of just like, okay. It was very anticlimactic. I was like,
Yeah, it
it
was
it,
weird because
it just seemed kind of flat. I was just like,
yeah, like it. Yeah, I kind of agree too. Like it was like really going well, and then it was like the point of
it's just
um
like the point of them, like,
the son like just going
leaving.
off
Yeah,
to do his own thing, and
yeah,
then it starts going back down, and then it just flattens out
yeah,
by the end.
yeah. So I kind of, by the end of it, I was just kind of like, okay, never mind. Like, I thought the relationship thing was cool, but by the end of it, I was just kind of like, it didn't
Yeah,
really
the
pan
ending,
out. Like, it
it
didn't really
just
go anywhere that I
no,
would have
yeah.
wanted to.
I mean, it doesn't just like drop, I guess, at
No, it
least,
doesn't. And it's like a
but it,
happy, like,
yeah, I mean, it was
classic we beat
fine.
the bad guys, happy ending kind of thing. But it was just
Yeah.
like, I don't know, it was so like flat at the end that, yeah, um, it's just didn't really care about it at the end.
Yeah, I agree.
Like what we're talking about here, just to give a little context, is at the end of the movie, the kid Dalton gets captured by Darth Maul's uncle,
Yeah.
and
In the further,
so that the demon can possess his body, his physical body, and Patrick Wilson has to go in to the further to find his son again.
Yeah.
And and save him from the red demon again. So it's like kind of like going full circle to the first movie. But and so he gets to his son, and he's all chained up and shit, so he takes his hammer and he's like, I got you, let's get out of here, breaks free. And then they hear the demon, he's like, comes out of his body, Dalton's body, and goes back to the further, and he's like, wait a minute, where you going, and he's like, he's coming, we gotta go. And they start
it's a trap.
yeah,
Distraction.
so they start slowly running, kind of skipping towards the exit, and he's like, he's here, and then like they kind of turn a corner, and you see the demon in the background like standing there,
staring at him.
yeah, and then he like, this is what I was like, okay, I know that the first Insidious movie was kind of the first movie that I know of that started the whole like there's a thing in the background kind of thing, where you like pass it and there's like a
They
dude
do that
there.
a lot.
Yeah, and that's their whole thing. And in this movie, it's like every like,
other scene.
Yeah.
For literally anybody.
Yeah, for anybody. And so he's standing in the background, and they get to the red door. They turn the corner, and they're about to open the door, and Patrick Wilson turns around to see if the demon's there, and he like teleports right in front of him, and he goes,
of course.
And Patrick Wilson's like, ah! And he like shuts the door on him. I don't know. Okay. It just, I almost laughed out loud at that part. So it's just like, what? Like, what? You're a demon. Why aren't you just like, and like rip out his fucking face or something? You know what I mean?
It's PG-13. That's why.
Yeah. And he just stands there and he goes, and then Patrick Wilson goes, and slams the door, and he's like holding the door, and the demon's trying to come through, and he's like, Dalton, help me hold the door. And Dalton's just kind of like,
being an asshole, like, no, I'm good.
yeah, Dalton's just standing there, and he's like, Dad.
No, I don't think so.
No, Dad.
We
like,
gotta go.
Come on, what are you doing? Help me. And he's like,
please.
No, Dad, we gotta go. And he's like, Dalton. Dalton's like crying, and he's like, no. I was like, what the fuck is happening? Why?
Yeah, see that this is the moment I'm like, okay, the son lost it. Like,
Yeah. I don't
like
know what the.
he was going well, and then
Yeah,
it was, I don't know if it's the girl that like the friend or whatever,
I don't know.
or
I don't know.
he just
I guess.
decides to be, yeah, let me just go back to being stupid.
Yeah,
Like,
I guess he just at that moment he had the idea of like, oh, I have to paint over the picture, but like it didn't come across that way. It just came across as him being like,
he's just like, yeah, I just want to leave.
I can't help you. It's like,
Yeah,
so the dad's holding the door and he's like, okay, it's fine, Dalton, get out of here. I got
go
it.
on without me.
You
Yeah.
go on without me. And Dalton's like,
Okay.
okay, and he leaves.
He just leaves.
Yeah, he leaves and he goes back up to the fucking real world while all these other spirits are trying to possess his body because he's out of it. And he comes back and he's like, I'm back. Don't take my body. He stands up and he starts painting over the door because the whole reason this thing happens is because he paints the red door in his college art class. And that somehow correlates to the actual red door in like that somehow opens the red door in the further, which I don't understand because the door, he doesn't paint it like the door is open. He just paints the door. So I was
Yeah.
like the door's been closed this whole time with the demon like trapped inside of it, and then somehow
I guess it was like, I don't know. I guess it's like the fact that they just forgot about it, right? Because they had the doctor do the whole like hypnosis thing, and so it was literally all it required was them remembering to open it. I guess.
Yeah. So I guess since he remembers the door, now the door is open.
Yeah.
I don't know. The more I think about this movie,
by the end, yeah, he just covers it, but he's like, "No, we can't forget. That doesn't work because that's what they tried to do the first time." They're like, "We need to just."
Right, but why would that matter now? You painted over the door. The door doesn't exist anymore. I don't know. Okay, so this movie's kind of confusing because
maybe
I'm just fucking stupid. I don't know.
If they try maybe if they did the same thing over again, they would forget, but then they would remember it again, and then he would paint it again, and that would open it up again. I don't know.
But wouldn't he remember that it's painted over?
Well, not if they try to do the same thing they did before, you know?
Right, but then he would be like flashback to like, oh, I had the whole thing and I painted over it, right?
Well, I guess it depends on the hypnosis. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know how the hypnosis thing works in this universe. It seems arbitrary on like what memories do things and like what doesn't, you know? Because at some point he's like having a memory of his dad like coming down into the basement from the second movie when he's possessed, and like he's about to kill Dalton as a small child, and Dalton's like, no, and he like interrupts the memory, like physically interacts with the memory like it's a real thing. So was that him like going back in time and like doing that, or like how does this fucking work?
I thought that was weird too, because it's like, I mean, I thought it was annoying and weird at the same time because Dalton was just being stupid at this point. But yeah, the fact that he could interfere with the, I mean, was it even really a full memory? Because he doesn't actually get hurt,
it was like the entire scene from the second movie, and then as soon as he tackles his dad, they like go into the further with his dad, the possessed dad, and he just starts like fighting him.
Oh, that's when he turns into like a old lady.
Yeah,
and
then
he's like wrestling.
Right, so when they go into the further, he turns into the ghost that was possessing his dad.
Right.
Right, and then he's fighting that ghost, and then it
just disappears.
Yeah. So I was like, so did that actually happen, or?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's weird because that didn't happen, right? So why is it a thing here?
I don't know.
It's confusing.
I don't know. Yeah. So there's a lot of just
the
weird
whole
stuff.
thing the thing I hated is like, okay, you have done this before with your dad, but
Right.
the way he acts in this one, it's like he has no knowledge of anything. And I know they did the hypnosis thing, but even afterwards, when he gets retold what happened,
Yeah.
it's like he doesn't connect anything. So it's like he doesn't know what possession is.
Yeah,
He
that
doesn't know
seems
what
super weird. Like Dalton, as soon as he like reconnected with those memories, it was like they all flashed back to him or whatever. Like, you know what I mean? But like you're saying, when Patrick Wilson was told this is like what happened, he has like still no recollection of like the past at all.
right. But even like you just he doesn't understand like the simple like concepts of like these are demons,
Yeah.
they are ghosts or whatever you want to call them, spirits.
Yeah.
This is possession. This is like all these like simple things, but he
Yeah, he doesn't
never like it's strange for a person to like just not acknowledge those. So when he does things, it's like purposely stupid, you know?
Yeah, and then somehow without knowing any of this stuff because he's completely lost his memory, at the end he just knows how to do his like astral projection.
Painting. Oh yeah.
Patrick Wilson. Like he's like, astral projection? What kind of crazy shit are you talking about? And then 5 minutes later he's like,
Oh, I got this.
like astral projecting. Yeah, I was like, what? You were just like, I don't know what you're talking about. This is crazy. None of this stuff happened. And then like literally like at 3 minutes later he's like,
Wait,
like
I got this.
astral
Not in the
project.
dark. He's
Yeah.
like he just jumps from like nothing to like top tier master fucking Jedi astral projector. Because he doesn't
Yeah.
even need dark to do it. He just literally is sitting in the living room. Is like, yeah, I'll save our son.
Yeah. Yeah, he doesn't even need the dark to do it. Like his son has to have like a dark space to be able to do that, but Patrick Wilson can just fucking sit down and be like, and then he's gone. He's in the
Yeah, he's good.
he's in the further. I don't know. The more we talk about this movie, man, it was very mediocre, but it's starting to kind of go below average because I'm like, man, there's so many things that I was just like, I kind of just turned off my brain and I was just like, okay, whatever, you know. But
Yeah,
then
I mean, I think
after
that's what they
thinking
just
about it,
want you to do.
yeah, after
which-
thinking about it, I'm like, what?
Which, you know, horror movies, you kind of really have to do that
Yeah.
anyways, for most
Yeah.
of them at least. So I think it's fine. It is a little
Yeah.
wacky, like the more we talk about it.
Yeah.
But
As a specifically as a
works.
horror movie, yeah, it's I'm gonna stick with that. It is just average, mediocre. But I have to say that I really am tired of like I don't think I want them to make another one. You know
oh,
what
I
mean?
don't either. I didn't
Um,
even know that. I don't even know why they made this one. To be
Yeah,
honest,
I don't like these aren't scary. This game, I mean, this movie is not scary.
but this is maybe this is for the oceans of the world, right?
Yeah, maybe it is. Yeah, yeah, you're probably right. But I, at the same time, it's like it's so cheap though. Like it's just jump
It
scares.
is cheap, but it
It's-
makes them a lot of money.
Yeah, like the only jump scare that like actually got me in the movie was when he's like doing his painting thing in the first class, and then like out of nowhere hit the like demon hand
All
fucking
comes
grabs
out.
him.
Yeah.
Right, because it was so fast that I was just like, oh.
I do want to say my favorite scene is when Patrick Wilson's character is in the MRI machine. This is something I don't believe I have seen before in a movie, which
Yes,
is
okay.
kind of strange.
Yeah,
but I actually really like this idea. So basically, he has a conversation with his son, and he's like, "Look, I'm sorry." Like they're basically like putting out their emotions between each other and like their past and stuff. And he's like basically like, "Oh, I was a bad father," and kind of stuff like that. He's like, "Oh," and then Dalton's like, "Oh, maybe you should go get some help." So he does decide to do that. Talks to a doctor, and he's like, "Okay, we can do some scans to check if you have any like like medical problems before
Mental.
you can jump into mental." Yeah.
Yeah.
So that he's doing an MRI, and while he's doing it, Of course, the doctor's like, you're going to be wearing these headphones. The machine's really loud. You just relax and lay there, and you're all good. And as soon as the machine starts up, loud noises, of course, and then the
Yeah.
power just drops. Like it just goes dark. Doesn't hear anything, and then he starts talking to the doctor over the headphones, I guess, or intercom, whatever.
Yeah, they have
But
like
it's just pitch black the entire time,
Yeah.
and all you see is like the light reflecting off of his eyes when he like does a look up.
Mhm.
And I just think this idea is really cool because I mean, obviously some people are just afraid of this confined space in general, but I just think like being in the dark, that something is outside and you're basically like trapped,
Yeah.
Thought it was really cool.
Yeah.
And they do the demon hand thing in that too,
yeah.
which is pretty funny. But
I will say that is definitely the best scene in the movie. By far the best scene in the movie. That one was like there was actual tension.
right, because
the jump scare, I wasn't scary like when they did the jump scare because I knew it was coming.
No, yeah, it's predictable and it fits all the other
If
ones.
If they hadn't done the jump scare, I think I actually would have liked it better. Like
if it just everything just came back on and it was like normal.
Yeah, I would have been
and he was just flipping out crazy.
Yeah,
kind of
and
thing.
he just like went fucking nuts. Yeah,
yeah.
I think that would have been really. Or if it was just like
I thought it was strange too. So the jump scare they decided to do, is that little demon head grab thing.
Yeah.
But they do it from his head. So like if you know how the machine looks, it's like a open capsule, right? And like you go head first, right? So the hand is coming from the machine. I thought was strange
because the wall of the machine is right here.
Right,
and
like it's
there's like
literally
this much
barely
space.
any room.
Yeah, it's like this much space between him and the back wall of the machine. So,
and when they showed,
it showed the
from the top down view, you can kind of like see the hand.
Her whole body was like right before her hand comes in. Yeah, right before her hand comes in, it's like looking up from this perspective. So you're like looking up this way, and like you can see the demon, or not, but the ghosts lady's like
whatever. Yeah,
whole like body with like the fucking what is it called, apron or
gown,
yeah, with the gown and everything, and she's like sprawled like this, like slowly putting her hand out,
right? And it's like,
which
I think it's funny, and I actually like when they do this in like Annabelle and The Conjuring stuff, like the slow demon hand. I don't know why, it's just fucking hilarious to me to see that.
Yeah,
I don't know if that's intentional or not to be funny, but I find it funny. But was just like, dude, there's no room in there. How are you in there?
I mean, it's a ghost. She'd probably just have her body just sticking out the other side or whatever. But
because I was expecting the jump scare to be yanking him out of the machine from the feet,
right? Which they do a jump scare from the feet where she's like, running up the tube, right?
Which is weird because it's like this. Again, it's like perspective, right? Like I know that there isn't that much space in that machine, but when you see it, she's like crawling in a tunnel towards him, and it's like it's not that long.
So they elongated the machine basically to do that. But that first one where the hand's coming down, I liked that. I think if they had just stopped it there, that would have been fine. But that other one where she's like, like that, where it like straight cuts to that jump scare. It's like that was again super predictable. And
right, which
it was like,
I guess that's just part of these movies, Because but the idea of it was really cool though.
Yeah, they did. Like I said before, I think they have a lot of cool ideas. But I don't think that they're really using those ideas to their full potential. You know what I mean?
I would agree. If you take all these ideas but give it to maybe a different writer, give it a higher, get the R rating, like just bump it up, it'll be really good.
Yeah. I think it's just there's just too much jump scares. It's just
Yeah,
I'm gonna
there's a
shoot
lot of
jumps.
jump
It's like
scares.
it gets annoying, and you're just like, just do something else. Just you have the ideas to be creative, obviously with the MRI scene. So put I don't know,
I
put a
mean,
little more effort into it.
even Darth Maul's uncle, like I love his like aesthetic and
Yeah, his
his
design is great.
like the fact that like the random cuts of him like just like eating himself and stuff. I think it's cool. And then like the
Yeah.
music with the creepy like what is it like not opera but I don't know, some weird like French sounding fucking song.
Yeah, it's like
I like that, but they don't ever do anything.
no, they don't, and they don't. None of them really do anything. Like none of the ghosts or anything. It's just all like, whoa, and they just
Yeah, like
chase
they
people
just
around,
yeah,
and
they just
they
like
don't do
scare
anything.
people.
Yeah, they're literally like Halloween ghosts. Like they're literally like Halloween kids that put on a white blanket with 2 holes in them, and they go boo.
No
And, like,
shit, that was in this movie.
yeah,
Dalton
it was.
literally got
Yeah,
attacked by a sheet ghost.
yeah. The sheet ghost is like, oh, and yeah. So it's getting old. Maybe let's
It's so weird because like I
do
mean
something else.
I forget which one it was. I think I want to say it's Annabelle Origin Creation or whatever.
Yeah,
That one,
Creation.
people straight got fucking murdered in that one. So it's
Yeah.
like, why didn't you just do the same thing in this?
Yeah, I would rather there be actual danger than
Because
not have
the
tension
demon
in the movie because they're not going to do anything. There's no tension. It's
Yeah.
like all they're going
And
to do is
these
go.
ones,
Yeah, like they're going to spook you, and then that's it. It's like, okay, thanks for scaring me. Bye.
Other than like if they possess somebody, then they might do something. But then it's like, okay, like it's not the. I know it's the demon doing it and not the
Yeah, but it's
person.
not scary if it's like. It's even less scary when they possess somebody and it's just like, I'm a really old version of Patrick Wilson.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I'm like, okay.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Old movies have done this, and I like it. Like The Shining or
Yeah.
something, or Amityville horrors and stuff.
Yeah.
But those are old. This is new. Like, let's do something new. You know?
Yeah. Yeah, and you have a lot of, like we said, creative chops with like the character designs and the ghost designs and demon designs. So, like you have a lot of really good like assets you can use. The fucking ghosts
resources,
and the demons are a lot scarier.
Like.
Yeah, they're a lot scarier than the real people. So stop possessing people and just make the fucking demon guy actually do something. Make him come out and be like, and fucking stab a guy in the eye or some shit.
Rip somebody's head off or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, even if it's PG-13, you don't have to fucking like. You can get around,
You can just do like off-camera kills or something, and you just see
or
like,
just like
the body or something. I don't know.
Have him fucking. I don't know. You. I don't know. I was like,
they can figure it out.
What's a PG-13 movie where people die? And I was like, well, they just shoot him with a gun and there's no blood.
No blood, and that's it.
Give the demon a gun and have him just start capping people, and then it'll be an interesting movie. I'll be like, okay, well, he's just straight up shooting people. But that's a little too goofy. But just do something. I don't know. I'm not your fucking. Pay me and I'll figure something out.
But yeah, at the end of the day, like it's fine.
Yeah.
They have interesting ideas that they can to use.
Yeah.
We just don't feel like they use them enough, but the movie's fine.
Yeah, it's nothing good. It's nothing bad. It's average. So.
That's all I got.
Yeah, that's all I got. I'm just kind of tired. I think I had more of a tiring experience with this movie after watching the other 4 in a row before seeing this. Because man, I'm just tired. Don't make another fucking movie, dude. Do not make another Insidious movie.
Yeah, hopefully not. But I mean, if they keep making money,
unless you're gonna do something different, do not make another Insidious movie, please. I don't want to have to watch all 5 of these fucking movies again in 9 years.
Has it always been PG-13?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Okay, so if you're going to make another, rated R.
Yeah, make it rated R, please, and have the demons actually kill people, and and do like fucking crazy shit. Just
But-
go full like Mandy and have him just like chainsaw somebody or something. I don't know. Like, fuck.
Yeah,
Man.
I might feel out of place in this, but
I don't know.
whatever,
Just do
hey,
something. Just do
whatever.
something. Just stop doing the. Do
But,
something
I
else.
mean, but hey, people like it if they're paying to watch it. So
Yeah, I guess I don't fucking get it, but whatever. Okay, that's fine.
this is the horror movie for the masses, not for us.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, I'm sure Ocean will get scared by every single one of these movies.
Oh yeah, I guarantee.
We should maybe try to get him to do a marathon watch. Actually, maybe it'll make him immune to jump scares if he
I doubt
watches
it.
all
I doubt
5
it.
of these movies in a row.
Highly doubt. I mean, I basically jump scare him in real life, so yeah. Not intentionally too, but
well, yeah, that's our review for this one. I know we kind of talked about a lot of not so great things about the movie, but it's not bad. It's not terrible.
no, yeah, the movie's it's fine.
It's fine. I know our conversation doesn't reflect that, but they had one good scene that we really liked.
Yeah.
And there's cool ideas that are present.
Yeah,
for a
I mean,
brief
even
amount of time.
Even like you said, the father relationship, I actually really like that.
The
It just
beginning of this
doesn't
movie is good with the
doesn't
father relationship,
finish it very well, but
yeah. So I don't know. Other than that, I still think, maybe go watch like Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse or something. Good. You spend your
I mean,
money on
that's
something else in the
wildly
theater
different.
right now. Yeah.
that's probably not. Is it still in theater? I feel like
Yeah,
it's gone.
I think it's still in theaters because
Let's
I
see.
mean that movie's got to be making bank.
Oh, it is. Oh, Across the Spider-Verse. Sorry,
Yeah, Across the Spider-Verse. My bad.
dude. Why is Guardian still on? Get the fuck out of here.
So yeah, spend your money and watch something different. If you're gonna go see a movie in the theater, I think there's a
There's
couple
a
other
bunch of,
movies right now.
There's
that-
other horror movies coming out soon, so
Yeah, or just save your money for maybe a potentially better horror movie that we'll be reviewing later. We'll see. Hopefully,
yeah. Hopefully,
I hope it's not just a slog of shit for the rest of the year, but we'll see how it goes.
yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. A lot of them look kind of. I don't know. How do we feel?
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah, or just go and watch like Conjuring 1 and have a good time
Yeah,
with an actually better movie.
or 2. I like 2 a lot. So.
Yeah, or 2, or The Boogeyman. Recent movie,
Yeah,
if you want to go
yeah.
see a recent horror
Recent
movie that's
one, yeah.
better, Boogeyman.
Or Evil Dead Rise.
Or Evil Dead Rise. Yep. Thank you. Yeah.
That actually
so both
just
of those
came out
movies just came out.
Max, I think.
Yeah.
On streaming.
It's on HBO Max. Watch that instead. That movie's awesome. Boogeyman. Better than this movie.
It's not out on streaming, I don't think, but it is better than this movie.
Yeah, better than this movie. Those are our recommendations. So, thank you guys again for watching. Thanks for joining us on another episode of Squeaky Door.
We got a lot of stuff coming to you in the near future, so stay tuned to the channel.
Yeah, we're gonna have a lot more content coming up. We'll see you guys in the next one. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be I think it's Cobweb that's coming out next.
I think so, yeah.
So
And then
we'll go watch
we'll,
Cobweb and do a review on that one, and then I think after that is what is it? Ask Me Something or
Talk to
the
Me.
hand. Talk to Me. Yep.
Talk to me. Tell me your name.
Yeah. Yeah. So look forward to those. We'll see you in the next one, guys. Thank you for watching. Please leave a comment down below if you have any suggestions for horror movies that you want us to review. And we'll catch you guys later.
Bye, guys.
Bye.